What's going on YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the 990 V6 Prom Blue by Joe Freshgoods.
Till the sun just won't rise and heaven's under eyes. I'm living to die for you, there ain't none after you.
There's nothing I love more than doing on this channel than making a review on a sneaker. And this one's a very special sneaker. It's a new collab sneaker from Joe Freshgoods, which he never disappoints. So Joe Freshgoods is a collaborator that often collaborates with New Balance, based out of Chicago. He does a lot of great pairs. My first ever collab sneaker was the Outside Clothes Joe Freshgoods 990 V3. So there's a very special place in my heart for his collabs, and I always think he delivers on his sneakers' colors and the story that they tell. I think Joe Freshgoods is the best storytelling in sneakers. I think the way he paints a picture and uses the shoe as a canvas and just really makes it a deeper meaning sneaker. So these are very deeply thought out sneakers. It's not just one shade of blue. But we'll get into that later. I just really appreciate the amount of thoroughness Joe Freshgoods goes into when he's creating a sneaker, and he's not just making a cool colorway. He's doing it for a purpose and a passion for something. And that's why I think Joe Freshgoods is so much different than any other collaborator in the sneaker world right now. So when he dropped these, he dropped a red pair and he dropped a blue pair. The red pair was entirely red, and that was the Paris red, and then he dropped the blue pair. I like the red ones, but blue's my favorite color, and especially this color blue, so I obviously copped this one over the red one. These came out right around the time of the Olympics were starting, so it was a perfect time to release a Paris sneaker when Paris is all the talk of the town because of the Olympics. So we're just gonna break down the sneaker and really go in detail about it and just show you what it's about. This sneaker right here is an entirely blue sneaker. As you can tell, it's one hue. There's a few different shades, but the thing I really like about this sneaker is everything about this sneaker is blue. And you don't see that often, and when you do see it, it oftentimes doesn't look good. But Joe Freshgoods chose the perfect silhouette, the 990 V6, and the perfect colors and the shades of colors and the hues to really wrap this shoe together and just make it stand out. And it looks amazing on foot. This might be the best sneaker on foot I've owned. It's perfect. I love the way it looks when you're wearing it and rocking it and styling it. This is a great sneaker to actually wear and beat up and enjoy. I really do like the way this sneaker looks just because of how bold and bright it is, and it's just like a solid color. It's so dope. There's nothing really special about this sneaker as far as materials. It's basically your general release 990 V6. There's no different laces, there's no different suede, there's no different, it's just your typical 990 V6, and that's completely fine. The one amazing touch that we get on this is a 990 V6 badge that goes into the laces. I think this is an amazing touch. It looks great, and the font of the 990, it's perfect. And it doesn't just say 990, it says V6 as well, which I love. And another cool thing he did is, instead of putting New Balance Made in the USA 990 V6, it just says Joe Freshgoods and then the New Balance logo, which is a great touch for the tongue. So those are the only materialized things that are different on the sneaker compared to a regular general release sneaker that you would oftentimes see. One thing that is different is the insoles on these sneakers are different. So they're more of like a satin material, or I don't even know what kind of material. It's just not your typical New Balance insole. It's a little more slippery, but it's a lot more comfortable, and I'm not sure why it's so much more comfortable, but it is. Because it's like that at my 998 Broadacre City Kith collab. The insoles are like that, and they're slippery in the inside. Your foot moves around a little more, but they're 10 times more comfortable for whatever reason. So I'm very happy with the insoles he chose, and the lettering, it says Joe Freshgoods on the inside, so it'll never wear out on the inside. So you'll always have that permanent printed in Joe Freshgoods logo, which I love. I love the 990 V6. I think the 990 V6 is one of the best shoes to get a collab. I mean, you got the Action Bronson pairs. Those are my favorite sneakers of all time. It's just a really cool shoe, and you can do a lot with it, or do little to nothing with it and just throw one color all the way through. It's just, the 990 V6 is a very ideal collab sneaker that I really do love. And as well, on the back of the heel tab, instead of having the New Balance logo or the American flag, we have the Joe Freshgoods logo, and it says made for us instead of made in the US. Basically, it's just made for the kids, made for the people, made for his peers in Chicago. It's made for us, and it's a sneaker that is meant to be taken care of and worn and enjoyed. It did come with 2 sets of laces. I chose to swap out the laces that originally came with it It came with a lighter blue lace, and I put the darker blue laces in. You really can't even tell the difference between the two laces, but I just thought the darker blue looked a little better because it matches the suede a little better. So that's up to you to decide. I like the darker laces, but I'll probably, I don't know, it's really, they're so similar, I couldn't even tell the difference between them. I wasn't expecting a second pair of laces, if I'm going to be completely honest, but I'm glad that we have the option. So for sizing, this is a 990 V6, so I typically recommend going down a half size. If you have a normal foot, it's not too wide, it's not too, like, go down a half size. Now, if you like a little toe room like I do, or you panicked at the checkout because it was a collab, and you went and got your typical size like I usually do. I wear a true to size 10 in all 990s, and I go down a half a size in the V6. But I did get a size 10 in this. It's not big or anything, I just have a little extra toe room, which I do enjoy, and I do like my sneakers like that. So if you like a nice snug fit, go a half size down. If you like a little extra toe room, and get your true to size. What I wanted to get into, I said I panicked at the checkout. I was able to cop these for retail, which is very surprising, off of New Balance's website. I went in, got in the queue, there was only 1,000 people ahead of me. I grabbed my pair, and I was shocked. And then I looked an hour later, and there were still most sizes left. So it looks like New Balance and Joe Freshgoods made a lot of pairs for this sneaker, or just nobody wanted it. I don't know how you could not want this sneaker, but I was really surprised at the fact that you were able to go back and get them an hour later, 2 hours later even. I was very happy to see that, and there's a brighter future ahead for the New Balance community as far as collabs and not having to pay resale. Now these did retail for $220 plus shipping. It was a pretty hefty price to pay for the sneaker, but at the end of the day, you're getting a durable 990, a beautiful 990. Like, this is the prettiest shoe I own. Like, this is a pretty shoe. So I had no problem spending the extra couple bucks, you know, just getting a really good sneaker, because this will be around for years and years and years. I'm very happy with the way it turned out, and to get it for retail, I was ecstatic. My heart was pounding and racing. I hate the feeling of trying to get a pair of sneakers because it's just so nerve-wracking, but I was able to cop these for retail off of New Balance's website, so I was super happy about that. So the box is nothing special, it's just your typical New Balance box, but we do get that same hue of a gradient of this blue. It says made for us on the inside, as well as the Joe Freshgoods logo. It's a pretty cool box. Wasn't expecting anything exciting, but a really cool box, and it matches very well with the shoes. Let's go get an on-foot look, and then we'll come back for the conclusion. So I'm gonna give the sneaker a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect because I think the Medusa Azules and the Rosewater still take the sneaker of the year for me. This is a great sneaker, and it's a sneaker that I wear a lot. It's just not, it's a 9 out of 10, and that's extremely high, but compared to other sneakers, it's just not a 10 out of 10 for me. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the sneaker, and if you'd like the red one or the blue one, let me know what kind of videos you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video.